Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I have an update to share about one of Trump's Capitol insurrectionists. It's time for an episode of Where Are They Now?
Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
So 38-year-old former Tennessee resident, current Mississippi resident, Matthew Bledsoe, as with so many of these defendants, he wanted to clout chase, so he recorded his crimes in real time. Then he shared them on social media and online elsewhere. Bledsoe scaled a wall to reach a fire door on the Senate side of the Capitol. That's where he climbed into the building through a broken window. You guys may recall this is the guy who in his trial tried to say that, oh, I'm from Tennessee. We just do things like that. We climb in Tennessee. We just climb on stuff. As Bledsoe illegally entered the Capitol, though, he was wearing a Trump 2020 hat, and he was seen and heard in his own video saying, quote, "In the Capitol, this is our house. We pay for this shit. Where's those pieces of shit at?" And his very proud wife, you might also recall, outed him on social media. Bledsoe's wife posted on Facebook and she wrote, quote, "Matt was inside the Capitol. He was one of the first. They yelled and screamed. That's about it. My husband is a patriot soldier." The government also says that Bledsoe continued to post on social media and message his friends and family and bragging about January 6th. Normally, I would have more of those details to share with you, but the sentencing memorandum isn't available for purchase for some reason. So Bledsoe was arrested on January 15th of last year. He was charged with obstructing an official proceeding, entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and parading or demonstrating in a Capitol. Unlike most others, including his co-defendants, by the way, Bledsoe refused a plea deal that was offered by the government. He opted instead for a jury trial. And as I shared with you guys over the summer, he was found guilty on all counts. That was in July, jury of his peers. And so he was looking at up to 20 years in prison, 3 years of probation, and $250,000 in fines. The prosecutor, though, asked for only 70 months behind bars. That's the low end of the federal sentencing guidelines. At his sentencing hearing, Bledsoe told the judge that he regrets a lot of what happened on January 6th. Surprised he doesn't regret all of it. And he apologized for, quote, "letting my emotions get the best of me." But you might recall also at his trial, Bledsoe tried to claim that he didn't know that Congress was certifying the election results that day. He actually denied even knowing that the Congress was in session. And this was when he and others attacked the Capitol. Also, when he, along with others, was walking through the Capitol chanting the word Nancy. He said he had no idea that they were referring to the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi. Obvious lies when you consider his own words when he entered the Capitol, when he asked where they were. At the sentencing hearing, Chief U.S. District Judge Beryl Howell told Bledsoe that his claims were not credible and, quote, "you knew what was going on." Then the judge also referenced a Give, Send, Go page that had been erected for him. This is an online fundraising platform, in case you guys don't know. Somebody put up a page. I don't know if it was his family or whomever, but she told him that contrary to what was said on this page, or what still it says on this page, Bledsoe isn't being punished due to political bias and due to a biased justice system. He's being sentenced to prison because of his criminal conduct. So with that, Judge Howell sentenced Bledsoe to 4 years in prison, 3 years of probation, a $2,000 restitution fee, plus a $2,000 fine. I have to say this does establish a sentencing disparity. Most of the people who've received 4 years or more were either violent or they entered the Senate. Bledsoe did neither. So I'm a bit surprised that he received this long of a sentence. I get that he didn't take a plea and, he did opt for a trial and didn't accept any responsibility in that way. But I just think that this is long. And don't get me wrong, in general, I don't think the sentences have been harsh enough. But that's the issue I have. The people committing violent acts that day, by and large, are getting off far too easy. Way, way too easy. They should be getting more like 10 years plus. So sentences like Bledsoe's would actually make sense. Oh, and I wanted to mention also something else that came up during this sentencing hearing. The prosecutor told the judge that it's likely that the Justice Department is going to end up charging in excess of 2,000 people. They estimate that approximately 3,000 people in total either entered the Capitol or assaulted officers that day. I remember when they said, oh, we think we're probably going to be able to get 300 to 400. So they clearly underestimated how many Americans were pissed off about this and how many would actually turn in their friends and family who took part. As for Bledsoe, going back to him, 4 years away from his wife. 4 years away from his wife and child. I don't know if he has more than one, but I know for sure he does have one younger child. All for the lying, scheming apricot Antichrist. Guy who's sitting over in Florida, slurping down Big Macs and Diet Cokes, who has never given him one thought. And guess who's not going to be voting in the midterms or in the next presidential election? Because he's going to be in prison. So was it worth it? Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.